Using MuseScore, I made the arrangement you just heard. Right now, I will be showing you how I did that. First of all, I created a new score and then entered in the correct information. From there, I added the instruments. Simply change the instrument type to concert band, and the available instruments will be the only ones that you can select. You certainly don't have to add them all though, and you are not only restricted to them. It's just very helpful to go off of. Next, I opened up a MIDI file of the music that I am arranging. This significantly speeds things up, as figuring out a song by ear is quite a lengthy process, so now this is no longer a problem. Now it is time to make some music. The entire process of arranging from a MIDI file is looking back and forth, determining which part works best where. By this, I could mean the concert band has no strings, but the strings are very important right now. How do I adapt this? Well, what I would do is basically just take the string parts and copy paste them into the saxophones. Alto saxes are like violins, tenor saxes are like violas, and baritone saxes are like cellos. Just don't forget to give the saxophones breathing room. They are winds after all. Maybe you don't think the violin melody sounds good being played by alto saxes, so you give it to the flute or oboe. Alright, let's talk about voices. Before you get bored, let me show you a simple video of how to use voices for chords. Because a single wind instrument cannot play 3 or even 2 notes at once, it is useful to have multiple parts and distribute the notes that way. It also helps for melodies. So next, using these techniques, I went about making the intro of the song. For this, I kept the flutes the same, horns the same, timpani pretty similar. But what I changed was that I switched the strings over to saxophones, of course, giving them a rest every few bars. And I also made the drums a little bit crazy. Now moving on to the main section, using the voicing techniques from earlier, I did a bunch of copy and pasting and reworking and experimentation and got this. B section. The B section has a really weird triplet rhythm in the low harmony, and everyone just loves to play triplets. That's why I gave the clarinets the privilege. I also gave the tenor saxes the privilege of playing triplets as well. Now, the hardest part about the B section was transitioning into it. For this, I decided to bring back the drums playing a steady kick that relates back to the A section. much better. After that, I arranged the transition into the repeat of the A section, including trumpets, of course. And from there, I copy and pasted the A section, but at the end gave trumpet 1 the melody to end it off climactically. Now, once you have finished your arrangement, you could just be happy where I was here, or you can export it and share it to others and even the world. First, you need to create the parts. To do this, go to File, Parts, then click on All Parts. This will give each part its own score, which can be exported individually. From there, I recommend checking through each part to make sure it isn't awful for the player, and also that dynamics don't repeat. I sure hope you didn't forget to add dynamics. Once that is done, make sure your score is not in concert pitch, that the rhythms are properly organized. This is a shortcut which is in Tools, and that your preferences for double sharps and flats have been satisfied. Now go to File, Export, and you are done. I wish you the best of luck for making your arrangement. In fact, if you haven't already, start it right now.